Ahoy legends, gonna jump right into learning Falling Skies, track number 3 from my debut album. This song is in E standard tuning. Let's get into it. Let me break down this first riff for you. It starts on the 2nd fret here, incorporates the 3rd and the 6th, and then does some power chords on the 3 and the 5 and the 2 and the 4. It is all down picked as well. It goes like this. And so on the next part, it kind of opens up from the palm muted picking because we're picking on the E and the A string here. So it goes like this. And underneath that riff is a lead guitar section. I'll play it to speed and then I'll slow it down. So with this lead guitar section, it starts on the high E string on the 19th fret, and it kind of goes back and forth between the E and the B string, and then it finishes off with a sweep. So the hardest part in that lead section is obviously the sweep picking there, and I still have a lot of problems with it myself. In fact, I've been playing it wrong for such a long time. I was always playing it up here, but it's actually further down. So the hardest part of the sweep picking is the coordination, you know, getting the guitar pick and the fretting hand to work in sync with each other, nice and tight, nice and clean. And the best way to practice that is just to play it slow, you know, to a metronome. The tricky part as well with the sweep picking is the hammering on and the pulling off. Because when you do like a sweep pattern, you're supposed to start with a pick and then hammer on and then sweep through the other strings. And as you get to the high E string here, you finish off with a pick and then a hammer on, and then you pull off, and then you start picking back. So it's kind of like... So when I play it down here, I have a lot of trouble with the hammering on and the pulling off to have those notes sounding nice and clean and tight. And so what I end up doing is actually picking those notes as well, which, you know, might not be the right way to do it, but I quite like putting those accents on the notes anyway. So slowly, So like I said before, with the sweep picking, it's good to start out slow and just build up that speed. Because the important thing is you want to lock in both the picking hand and the fretting hand. And then you can just go crazy with it, you know? Moving on. Pre-verse and the verse riff, they follow the same note positions, but they're just played a little bit differently. It's mostly on the so on the A string, you're doing some power chords on the 7th, the 8th, the 10th, and the 5. It goes like this, nice and slow. And then the verse riff just carries on from that last note there. And so now we're into the pre-chorus. And there's two different kind of riffs going on here. It goes like this. First part of the pre-chorus comes right out of that verse riff, nice and slow like this. And so the second riff of the pre-chorus starts on the 3rd fret on the bottom E string, and the A string on the 7th fret. It's a bit of a stretchy power chord, this one. But it does this, and then it moves down to the 2nd fret and the 5th fret, and then kind of resolves with the 2nd and 4th. So slowly. And that last bit there is just 5, 4, and 2 on the A and the E string. Then a chug into the chorus. I think I normally palm mute that section, and I think sometimes I down pick it as well, the whole thing. Now with the chorus riff, we're moving up to this note again. And you might see that we're playing a lot of this note, the 7th and the 9th fret on the A and the D string. So it starts there. Kind of moving that power chord on the 7th and the 9th, moving the index finger to the 5th. We're doing the 5th and the 9th there. And then moving the 9th to the 7th. Then on the second one, it's doing the same thing, but it's moving from the 9th to the 7th, and then to the 10th. Oh, I should mention here, actually, I'm pretty sure I do pick out the notes on that second part, too, so it's kind of like... And that last chord there is the 3 and the 7, and then it moves down to 3 and 5 to finish. Just like that. So all together, one more time. And then, yeah, it goes right into the pre-verse and verse number 2. And after the second chorus, instead of going to that pre-verse riff again, it actually ends with an open E power chord. So like this. And that takes us into the bridge section. Alright, so the bridge section basically just goes right up to the same position here, the 7 and the 9th fret, but on the E and the A string, and just moves between a bunch of different power chords here. So nice and slow, goes like this. And then I basically pick out the notes for the second part. And then on that third run through, it just goes back to those chords again, Okay, so the solo, I'll play it nice and slow for you. Goes like this. And so during the solo, there's just that bridge section underneath it. And then after it, it goes right back into the pre-chorus, the second part of the pre-chorus. And then finishes off with one more chorus section and a open E chord at the end. So there we go, my friends. That is how you play Falling Skies on the guitar. Hopefully you learned a thing or two there. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and check out some more how-tos and some other fun stuff. Also, if you're new here, swing by the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Grym. Come join us in the realm here, and we'll rock out some songs for you. All right, guys, thank you. Take care. Goodbye. Storm the fire and ice will cover the earth and bullets light. Never letting stop.